Hello and welcome to another day of drafting with me, Gabriel Haynes. Today, I am going to be jumping in to another ranked Eldrain. Eldreezy. Let's check it out. Let's see what we get. Pack one, pick one. While we're waiting here for the server, if you like the content, please subscribe, comment, like, tell your friends how much you enjoy watching Gabriel Haynes. So, we got an interesting pick here. There's some definitely very powerful cards in this pack. Return of the Wild Speaker. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-humans you control. This card is very, very strong. Oakham Adversary, solid card as well. Gets you a 2-for-1 basically. They have to trade with it, kill it, double block it. They have to deal with this. Wintermoor Commander is a good card as well. In the night deck, Arcanist Owl, very strong card if you're in the right color scheme. I think I'm going to go with the Wild Speaker here. I don't have a ton of experience with this card, but it is a very strong card. It can win you the game out of nowhere, or it can draw you cards to that effect. And there is a good chance that we wheel maybe a Curious Pair out of this pack, or a Halberd. This is a great card in an aggro deck. Adversary probably is not going to wheel, but I'm going to pick up the Wild Speaker here. I'm also going to go and craft. I'm going to go right now before I forget. And this is probably going to be an out muscle, but this is a quick tip here for anyone who wants to get more gems out of their grind. Let's go here, here, green, rares not collected in Eldrain, and here we have a Wild Speaker already, so we're going to craft up 3 more. Craft. Oops, what's going on here? This way, we make sure that we get at least 20 gems out of this draft, no matter what happens, which is pretty nice. Definitely helps. I don't put a ton of money into this, the game, but it always helps to squeeze those gems when you can, especially if you're not playing any constructed like I do / don't. I don't play any constructed Magic essentially, so using your wild cards to just convert into gems is pretty nice, especially when you have a million like I do. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to pick an out muscle here. I think it's just one of the best cards. None of these uncommons are particularly exciting. Could hope to wheel a Tree Folk. Okay. Some interesting cards now. Reaper is a good card. Garenbrig Carver is a good card, but I'm kind of interested in picking up this Oven. It's kind of a free roll here. I mean, there's not too much downside in picking up an Oven right now. We could end up with a Cauldron Familiar later on, which can give us a nice combo, or a Sorcerer's Broom. But the problem is that we would take Reaper here, but we're not in black yet. And having the Oven this early is pretty nice. And we could even wheel that Reaper for all we know, so I think I'm going to take the high upside pick. These cards are not very exciting at all. I think I'll pick up a Witch. I think it may be the best card in the pack behind Steel Claw Lance. Well, maybe Merchant could be good as well, but I'm not going to take a Steel Claw Lance here. We're really far away from playing that. We could take out Merchant of the Veil. Is a pretty nice card, actually, and it could be better than a Tempting Witch oftentimes. We do have an Oven to go with the Witch, so that's a consideration. But I think Merchant is just good enough. We can speculate on it right here. I don't think there's nothing really we're too interested out of this pack. Okay, now we can pick up a Once in Future as another green card seems to be open. We need some big green creatures, but pick 5 Once in Future is decent, and there are really no good cards in this pack. Marrowleaf Rider is a fine card, but not very exciting. Works without muscle. But you can pick those up pretty late, it feels like. I don't think there's any reason to pass a Once in Future. Once in Future works with our other green big stuff. Okay. Now we could look at Ogre Errant, Flutter Fox, but we could just take a Spider here. The problem is playing this type of deck is that we're going to get milled pretty hard if we're trying to play this value game, because this set is heavily drafted to the O4s, the Mofurk Secret Keeper, which is kind of defining for what's going on in the sets right now. So I think we may want to hedge into another color and try to be more aggressive, and not just take another defensive card in Sporecap Spider, which is an okay card. It's a fine card. I would play it probably, but I'm not excited by it. I've seen it underperform way too many times in situations where you're just looking for answers to Merfolk Secret Keeper, and then just playing a Sporecap Spider is really bad. It's a very defensive card, which is probably not where green wants to be, is the issue. So, for that reason, I'm just going to pick up Ogre Errant here. And there's a good green card, Edgewell Innkeeper. Pretty happy about that. So we're probably going to look to prioritize more adventure creatures. Guide Mother could be a nice pick out of that pack, as well as the Smitten Mitten. Now we see some late blue cards, which is interesting. A black card. This pick is pretty hard. These are all cards that are going to be playable in those color schemes. Bloodhaze Wolverine is not really what I want. I don't like this card at all. It's not adventure. Outflank is a good card if you want to be attacking. Forever Young is more of a value card. We could... I don't think we need more value cards when we already have Wild Speaker and Once in Future, plus Innkeeper for that matter. And Witch's Oven also is a type of value card, not the same, but I think we want to be more aggressive. And green-white is the premier adventure archetype. So I think I'll take Outflank here and try to be more aggressive. An aggressive green-white adventure deck. I just think this blue is not really what we want. And we did wheel the Curious Pair out of this pack and the Halberd. I think I'll take the Curious Pair as it is an adventure for the Edgewell Innkeeper. And there's not really too much else we're interested in at this point. Nothing particularly interesting out of this pack. Could take a white card. This card is bad. I think I'll just take the Knight of the Keep here. I think a Halberd may be okay. We have a lot of humans, but I don't know what else. I don't really want to play 2 Knights. That seems kind of crazy, but maybe if we need the creatures, I don't know. I'm going to take this. Drawbridge versus Profit. Probably Drawbridge is fine. Second Drawbridge. So I should have remembered. Maybe I should have taken the other card here, but it's okay. Fling maybe, and Memory. Okay. So, well, that's definitely a good card. Cauldron. It is very powerful, of course. Very good against the mill deck in a way. Could also pick up Slaying Fire, which is also very good. So it's kind of a toss-up. There's no great white or green cards here. Toonveil, we didn't wheel the other Toonveil, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure it just has to be Cauldron here. Slaying Fire is great, but for a green-black kind of mid-rangey attacking deck, it could be good. We won't maximize the Edgewell Innkeeper, but we're able to draw a lot of cards to find the Cauldron once in future. Also, if it gets milled, we can get it or something like that. Witch's Oven also works in the black deck, so I think I'm just going to pick up the Cauldron here. Memory Theft could be okay in that type of deck. It's really between these two, but I think this is just more powerful, so I'm going to go with it. And then following that, Bake Into a Pie, pretty happy to see. Could have had a red cap melee, which would have been nice, but Bake Into a Pie is very strong. Archon is good, Sir Farron is good, but I think Bake Into a Pie is really where we want to be. And a Broom, I think, is a great pickup for us. So we really want to be getting out of this red now. And we kind of found ourselves a really nice home here with a Broom plus an Oven. And that's just tons of value. Hope to wheel a Garenbrig Paladin. Second Oakham Ranger, which is interesting. Yeah, this pack is not great. Could have been more Oakham Rangery. This card is good, but unfortunately it suffers from the problem that it doesn't curve into itself, which is pretty bad. There are a lot of white cards here that we could hope to wheel, but I guess we could take like Festive Funeral, which I'm not too happy with. We don't have a lot of creatures, which is pretty annoying, which we really would like to pick up, but it's either that or Appetite, and I think we're more interested in the removal at this point. Well, that's a pretty good pack for us. Rosethorn Acolyte is a nice adventure creature that goes with the Edgewell Innkeeper, so I think I'm going to take that here. Lost Legion would be good too, but let's try to maximize this Edgewell Innkeeper. It also ramps us to Cauldron. Outmuscle is, again, we don't have a lot of creatures, so I don't want to take Outmuscle here. We could hope to wheel a Gingerbread Crabbin or a Tracker, or a lot of these cards for Boding Fruit, so we're going to get something good out of this pack. I think we should take this Smitten Swordmaster. I don't think we have a lot of knights, if any, at this point. But it's a good 2-drop. We need 2 drops. I don't want to take Giant Opportunity here. It seems just weaker than a Smitten Swordmaster. And we could wheel one. Youthful Knight is interesting. But a good win condition for us, maybe a Tempting Witch. Just make some food. Pair it with a broom. So another Curious Pair's fine. I think I want this Tree Folk. Gingerbread Cabin would be good, but I think we're gonna get one later. So not playing any of these cards. The Witch. I don't think we want that. And here we got the Wildwood Tracker and the Cabin, which is pretty nice. I think we'll just take up the Cabin here. Although this works really well with a Halberd, but all of our small creatures are pretty much humans, so I don't know if we can do that. I think I'll take the Cabin here. We got another Wild Tracker anyway. Wow. That's nutty, but we're not going to take that. I think we'll just take the Revenge of Ravens here. It's a good card. Could also take a Clockwork Servant. Is that a good card for us? You sacrifice and pay 3. Okay. Maybe Clockwork Servant. We are kind of slow deck, so Revenge of Ravens is probably what we want. Yeah, take the Ravens here. Okay, some more good cards for us. Rosethorn Acolyte would be good. Put that here. I don't think we want a drawbridge in this deck. I don't really want to play that if I don't have to. This is kind of a late game card. Late game card. Interactive stuff we put here. Drawbridge doesn't seem like a good fit for this deck. So I think this pick is between a Oakham Adversary and a Rosethorn Acolyte. Oakham Adversary is a good card for us. It's pretty defensive, and it's good at attacking past 0-4 walls. And it has to be blocked. This card is pretty annoying. I think I'm going to pick it up here and hope to wheel one of these adventure cards. And there's a nice payoff for us, so we're pretty happy to be in this seat. Hopefully we can get back a Smitten Swordmaster or a Curious Pair. So we have a couple options here. Reaper of the Night is probably what we want to go with. Lost Legion would also be a good pickup, and also Gingerbrute would could make the cut, but Reaper's a Night is a adventure creature for our Innkeeper. Kind of works with what we're trying to do. A good win condition for us as well. So another Broom, but I think Rosethorn Acolyte is a little better. It can help us ramp into our more expensive stuff between Cauldron, Reaper, Toonvale. It can also help us ramp for this Broom. Pretty nice. We have a lot of stuff to do with our mana between drawing cards, activating Witch, so I think I'll pick up another Rosethorn Acolyte, but it's pretty close with the Broom. This also draws us a card with an Innkeeper. So now we can take Garenbrig Squire as a random 2-drop. It is a human though, so it's not great, but I'll just take it here. I don't know if we're gonna play. We already have a Memory Theft at the sideboard. Pretty happy with a Flaxen Intruder here. Tempting Witch would be good, but Flaxen works well with the Innkeeper if we just want to draw a card. And it also is nice to ramp into something big like the 2/2s. We could also, and it also does work with the Wild Speaker, so we can make some 2/2s and attack, which would be a good way to win the game. Another Tempting Witch would be okay, but I think 2 is enough. Another intruder. I don't think we want to play 2 intruders, but I'll take it for the moment. I don't think there's anything else we really want. So now we can take a Spider or a Tempting Witch. The thing is, we don't have a ton of removal, so a flyer might be able to get us. So I think I'll take the Spider here. We could cut something, but I'll take the Spider for now. So unfortunately we didn't wheel the Smitten Swordmasters, so we did get the Curious Pair back though. So we got a pretty powerful deck, all things considered. I forgot to craft up the Cauldron, unfortunately. But yeah, what could we take out of this deck? Maybe a Curious Pair, maybe a Wildwood Tracker, maybe Halberd is probably not what we want. Transformation. I don't think Transformation is great for us either. Unfortunately, we have many non-humans, so the Wild Speaker isn't as good as it could be as in other decks. But I think it could be okay anyway. Maybe we can take out a Spider for another Curious Pair. We have a lot to do with food between Witch's Broom and Savvy Hunter. And what else? Tempting Witch. And that's it. But those are 3 pretty solid reasons to have more food in the deck. But I do think we want to bet a bigger body against some of the flyers. So I think I'll keep it in. And I think we're just running with this. We could also fell the Pheasant for instead of a Spore Cap Spider, which actually might make a little more sense. But the Spider does block anything when this is pretty narrow. I don't know. I think it's okay. Let's try. We didn't end up with a ton of synergies for the
They don't really have attacks here.
Excuse me.
If they attack in, we can trade Flutterfox and then the Curious Pair.
Okay. So, opponent goes first. His hand looks fine. Shouting out to all the people in the chat. Say hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, so yeah, let's just go. Pass the turn. I think we should just go ahead and play this Swordmaster. Oh, and well, now we can't. Guess we could cycle this, but never mind. Never mind, I guess we're holding on to it. Well, see, it didn't really matter. So that's a good pickup, though. Pretty happy to see the Savvy Hunter here. Can even boost up the Savvy Hunter next turn. Okay. Ogre Errant. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and Toonveil Treefolk up the Savvy Hunter so we can get an attack in. Alternatively, we could play a Rosethorn Acolyte, but it seems kind of bad. This way, at least we're getting a food out of this deal. So even if they do end up killing the Savvy Hunter, we got some value already, which is pretty nice. I mean, Block Dragon, that's pretty nice as well. We could kill it with a Baked into a Pie. We may have to. Return of the Wild Speaker is this is a human, so that doesn't really work for us. So we get to create a food here. Now I'm going to go ahead and attack. They don't have any blocks here, so no reason to not to attack first. So they might be mono red, as far as we know. I think I should have drawn a card, actually. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to activate. I should have done this pre-combat, but I don't think it really matters. So we picked up an Innkeeper. So I was going to go ahead and just bake that into a pie. Probably should anyway. So we can bake into a pie and just play Innkeeper. Seems worth it. Usually you want to get a little value, but if they spend mana to kill this, pretty happy about that. I don't really care. I don't really care if they kill this. We still have a lot of action, and they don't. So if they're just one for one us with our 1-drop, it seems pretty good. So I'm just gonna go for it here. And we are preparing our Rosethorn Acolyte just to be plopped down next turn. So I kind of like this. And we don't have a way to play that could also draw a card, but we don't have a way to cast that Baked into a Pie either, so I think we gotta do it like this. So he does 4 damage to the Savvy Hunter, sure. Sure, so let's activate the food. And what's nice here is that they 2-for-1 themselves on the Savvy Hunter. And the Savvy Hunter drew us 2 cards, and then next turn we're going to be able to go off basically with this Edgewell Innkeeper, so I'm pretty happy about our position. So we drew a land, so we're going to play a land, and then we can just slap down this Toonveil Treefolk. We are going to get low on life here at some point, but pretty happy to just draw a card and start attacking with this. So they are going to attack here, which is interesting. I'm not sure what they could have, but... Oh, jeez. Is that game? He's only doing 2 damage to us? Wait, what? How was that the play? What in the world? Okay. I think we could have just lost it. What? So this is going to be able to fly and do us damage. So we need to start gaining life as soon as possible, which means that we'll Curious Pair here, right? First we're attacking though. We do have Lethal next turn with Wild Speaker plus Tree Folk. Unfortunately, we're 1 off at this point, so I just don't need to die basically next turn. And we have the potential to win here. Alright. We really just don't want to die. That's the key. And we are going to take 6 damage. So we're taking exactly lethal next turn. Which means we got to make some food. Which means we're going to definitely do this. Do we have another way to gain life? I think we can just play this. Wait, do we have any knights? We have no knights. Never mind. We're not going to do that then. We can play a Tempting Witch, but that only leaves us 1 activation. Yeah, so there's a possibility we might die here to +2/+2. Well, I guess we die to +2/+2 in any case. So we're going to be taking basically 8. So I think we'll just play either Curious Pair or Rosethorn Acolyte. I think we'll play the Acolyte, that way next turn, if we do survive, then we can go ahead and use more mana to activate more life gain. But I think we'll be okay. Alright, so now if we attack with, we actually have lethal here. If we attack with everything, no. Yeah, if we attack with everything, then we can play 5, but then he can burn us in response. So that's not great. So what are we doing alternatively? I think we'll just play the Witch, attack with the Tree Folk, just so we can have 2 foods out. But we are going to die then? Huh. So if we attack all, are we just dead? Uh-oh. Have to make a decision here quickly. It's pretty annoying. I think I just lost, unfortunately. I don't know. I think I just lost, honestly. I don't know what to do. If I didn't attack, I think I had to not attack with this. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I just lost. I don't know if I could have played that any better. Don't know if I could have played that any better. If I had activated the yeah, what I should have done is end of turn activated the food, but they didn't tap the trebuchet. So I guess before taking the damage, yeah, that's what I should. Before taking the damage, I should have. It's unfortunate. All right, this hand is risky. Mulligan. I'll keep this. We can get rid of something slow once in future. Okay. I'm a golden egg. All right. Whoa. What the heck? Sunshine Samurai, what is this guy on? What the heck? Teamer Mill? Teamer Mill, huh? Okay. Once Upon a Time, okay. So if we ever get our mana up and running, should look good. It's a 4-drop. Okay, more mill. That's good. Just need another land would be great. Good. Alright, so now I'm going to play the Rosethorn Acolyte, so that next turn we can drop the Toon Veil, pump that up, and then get in for some damage. Paladin, that's fine. Alright, so now we have 5 mana. I think what we want to do, probably just get rid of the last 2 cards in his hand when we have the chance. And we have 1 mana left over. Yeah, I think it's better just to Reaper right now. Try to strand them in cards. And that was not the cards we wanted to strand them on, was it, huh? That's okay. Alright, we're taking 3, that's fine. Now we're going to Toon Veil up this tracker so we can start attacking. Next, we're going to play our Okame Adversary so that we can attack with that as well. If we draw a land, I guess we could go with the Tree Folk instead. Outmuscle? Sure. Taking quite a bit of damage from that Paladin, which is not great. So, yeah, I guess we could go Hunter plus Broom this turn, and that way next turn we can just start making many Brooms and we can gain some life so we don't die to the paladin too quickly. We are gonna deck pretty fast, but I think Okame and then take another 4 is pretty bad. I mean, we're taking 4 anyway, but we need to be able to gain some life, which Broom hopefully can afford us. I mean Hunter, but so this time I'm just attacking with this, playing the Toon Veil. So we could do that, but no, it doesn't seem worth it. And then next turn we're gonna have to gain life by playing this. Uh-oh, that's bad. So this Smith Swordmaster has looked pretty bad, honestly, in this deck. So we may want to consider taking it out. I wonder what he's splashing for red here. Well, there's our answer, Improbable Alliance, which is going to be very scary very shortly. So we basically have to activate this food. Actually, we don't have to. We could just attack with these. Try to set up lethal pretty quickly. Just playing out the Reaper, attack with these two. Although, and then we'll have to double food next turn, which we're probably fine. So I think we should go to 1 here. And then just attack with our Hunter and the Tree Folk. If he draws like a pump effect, we're gonna die, but so alternatively we could play Okame Adversary. I guess that probably works. So we'll just play this and then play the Okame Adversary. So I think that this is a little more conservative since this deals less damage, but actually it's not. It's also an evasive threat since it will kill their Secret Keepers, and it also can draw us a card. And I'm not really that scared about decking now. I'm more scared about dying to these flyers. So Revenge of Ravens would be a great draw for us. So we don't die to these 1/1s. And now he has chump blockers for the Reaper as well, so alright, I'm just gonna gain the life here. Alright, Spider's a nice draw. So we're going to attack. Well, let's see how much land we have. 7/8. So we need to activate. We need to double activate food. So that basically takes our whole turn. So we're gonna attack with these. these right here. So, okay, now we have an option here to just go ahead and give +3/+3. I really don't want our Savvy Hunter to die, and I'm pretty happy to take out their Merchant, and we are going to deal them 6. So I think I kind of like this. We'll also kill their Secret Keeper. And it's going to put them in a bad position. If I had known, I probably should have thought this out and attacked with the Broom as well. But I'm going to go ahead and go for the... Well, actually we can't do that, unfortunately. Because we don't have enough mana. Do we? 5? Yeah, we do. So I'm going to go for it now. Wait, hold on. It actually doesn't work like we want. This is still gonna die. So, never mind. Tempting Witch could be okay. Dead to removal on the Spore-Cap Spider now, so we may just want to keep up the activation on the food, or we can play Tempting Witch. I think I'll just play the Smitten Master and draw a card. And now we probably have lethal next turn with this Wild Speaker if we just attack all. Another Chump Blocker for them, and another Chump Blocker. So here we have the option to kill the 1/1. I think we should go for it. So can we win here through their 4 blockers? So how many non-humans do we have? These 2 are humans. So if we get in 3 plus, let's say, the spider. So this is 4 and then 7. So we don't have lethal like that quite yet. So I think we have to continue just attacking with our ground creatures. And trying to win a slightly longer game. So what are we doing this turn? We're probably going to... We have to hold up 2 for the food so that we don't die here. So maybe we actually play this. Can't really play that. I think we should definitely play this Tempting Witch, and then we can just hold up 4. Hold up 4 here for our double food, which probably means we can't die all that quickly. We can also gain some life here with our Smitten Master, and I don't mind if it trades with either one of these. So we actually don't need to hold up any food activation this turn. They're at 11 cards. Should I attack with the Rose Thorn? There's a chance that we lethal them here. Oh, there's no real chance. And I don't think the Smitten Swordmaster isn't gonna get any better, so I won't sack with these. It's fine. So I think we could just add a Rosethorn Acolyte to the board. And keep with the food activation. Could have made another food, but Clover? Okay. So that is pretty scary, but they're gonna pack it up, roll it up, pack it in. That was a close game. Wow, very, very close game. Interesting, I have found that splashing your Improbable Alliance in the mill deck is a weak strategy. I've done it myself mistakenly, because when you look at your mill deck, your primary goal should be mill, and it's very easy to get sidetracked and say, oh, I can just easily throw this Improbable Alliance in, and then I already have the draw synergy because blue just naturally draws a lot of cards. But then you get stuck in this middle ground where it's not great. It's not great for you either way, because you're kind of attacking and you're trying to mill, so you may, I don't know. It's just my theory. Maybe right, maybe wrong, I don't know. But we're on to this game. So we got a Witch's Oven out, turn 1. Maybe we don't need this oven, and maybe we should just put in something else instead. We have tons of food production in any case, so maybe we just don't need this additional food outlet. I'm gonna look at the deck again. Also, the Smitten Swordmaster wasn't great, because we don't have a lot of knights, so it's kind of bad. Trapped in a tower. Okay. Well. We can sack this at any point, so I don't think there's any reason to do it quite yet. If we draw Broom, then we can get a free activation, like a free activation. Okay, so now we'll just make a food, play a spider. So against this deck, I like our chances. We have a lot of value, and usually this is a pretty aggro deck, and the Fairy Guidemother gets blanked by a Spore-Capped Spider pretty hard. But if he goes like Lucky Clover into, Adventure, okay. Like, that's a bad card. I don't know why he's playing that. He's gonna get an attack in here, but it's okay. So now we can just boost our Spore Cap, and then if he kills it, he kills it. I got nothing to do. Okay. Makes it a 7/7. Sure. 7/7 flying reach. Well, I think we just take 7, right? I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I don't want to chump block. I am down so low. I mean, this game is ridiculous. Wild Speaker. Just gonna put the Tree Folk down. Pass. So now, Wondermare, that's fine. Now we're probably going to look to refuel with this return of the Wild Speaker. And therefore, well, now we can just go Innkeeper into Curious Pair, which is pretty nice. Into Tempting Witch. So, pretty happy with that turn. Could have offered the trade, Tree Folk for Rose Thorn Acolyte, but I think we want to draw cards before we do that. Another Wandermare. Okay, those can get pretty hefty in a pinch. So how do we win this game? The board is really stalled, so probably with like reach damage, Tempting Witch and stuff. Another Curious Bear. I think we just make a food and play the pair. If we have stuff to play that, you know, gives us value, we might as well get the value out of the board that we have right now. And now we can, you know, either start activating the Tempting Witch. We also have an attack here. Is that true? Not really. Since I get double block, so I'm just gonna pass. Flaxen Intruder. Okay. Okay, so now we have the option whether to activate the Tempting Witch to throw at their face, or we can gain a few points of life. I think it's really tough, but I guess we should just start trying to kill them, but it's going to be a while. It is going to be a while. Alright, so now we have 5 plus this. I think we should just go ahead and drop the Rose Thorn Acolyte. And now we can Tempting Witch plus gain life, which is pretty good. Well, now he's gonna go off. Wow, wow, wee wah. This is crazy. Okay. Yep. Wander it up, my friend. Is he attacking with his 7/7s? Probably. I mean, we're not looking that good. He really went for it that time. Oh, okay. And a lonesome unicorn. Once in future, not really what we want. He may be gearing up for an attack next turn, so I think we should just Wild Speaker now. Draw 6. It's a lot of lands, but it's okay. So now we can play, probably not Broom, probably just Tempting Witch. No, actually no. Maybe we just play Broom and pass so that we can gain some more life. Maybe we play Wildwood Tracker and pass. I don't really want to get either one, but I guess Tempting Witch blocks the 2/2 fine, so I don't think he really has an attack on the ground. But the problem is that Sorcerer's Broom doesn't really do it. I don't know. Let's just play this. Could even play the Wildwood Tracker here. Broom is going to go off. So he is going to attack with everyone. I don't think we're dead though. So I'm pretty okay with this. Alright. So now we just have to deal with the big boys. I don't think we need Innkeeper anymore. We're going to win with value off the Sorcerer's Broom. So I think we just trade there. Like this. And then we could just move this to here. So we're taking 3 chump blocking with the 2 small ones. Yeah, we could always just get Innkeeper back if we really wanted, but I don't really think we need that value anymore. We're just going to use the Sorcerer Broom Oven. Oh, I forgot to activate the oven actually. That was a mistake. Should have definitely activated the oven on one of those chumpers. Unfortunately. Okay, so play the Broom. Adversary. Pass the turn. can make an easy trade here. Make some chump blockers, just go very wide with the Brooms. And I'm going to activate the oven before damage. Now we can go to blocks. And block one of these here, a 1/3 here. This we can eat. This we can block here, and this we can block here. So we're gonna take only 1 damage this way and gain 2 life. And I actually just killed my Broom. That was a mistake. Definitely needed to leave one around, so I could have lost from that play, but I have once in future to get it back. That was stupid. I don't know what that was about, but okay. But now I can just play the Flaxen Intruder. And use the once in future end of turn. That's fine. Definitely didn't mean to block with the second Broom there, it was a mistake. So we can get back a Tree Folk and a something. So let's get back definitely a Broom, and what else? Maybe return as a Wild Speaker just as a win condition. We're at 12 cards, we can go wide with the Brooms and then do something. Alright, let's just play the Broom here. Then play this. Trapped in a tower, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this, sacrifice the Tempting Witch, pay 3. Sacrifice food, pay 3. Out muscle, don't really care. I'll play more lands, pass the turn. Verdant Veil Paladin is fine. So building up our Broom army here with our return. So if we attack all, we have 5, and then 2, so only 2 are getting through. That's only 5, plus I think we'll just wait one more turn just to make sure. This is a human, so it's not going to get pumped, so I'm probably just going to Witch's Oven that. So let's pass the turn again. How much mana do we have? 14. So we can actually only use 15, so I'm just going to sack the food again. Attacks with that. Okay. Sure. Okay. Now I think we're good just to attack. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers to our... So we're going to get 5 back, so 5 plus 5, so that's more than enough. So this is going to be GG here. Definitely overpowered this opponent. Got tons of value out of our Brooms. Yeah, seems good. I don't even think we're dead on the way back if we somehow don't kill him, but we're doing... We didn't even need the war turn here. We could have just waited. It's just sped up the process. And yeah, he's very dead. Broom army commence. Yep, Broom's good. Broom is good. Let's look at the deck. Ovens seem to perform there pretty nicely, actually. So I think maybe Smitten Swordmaster can go, and we could just put in another Curious Pair. Food seems to be way more interesting to us than activating this. We don't have any knights. So I think that's just a mistake on my part. Yeah, we literally have no knights. So yeah, Curious Pair is just a lot better for us. And yeah, we could just go back to hunting. Kendra's Transformation is a good card for us. But I think we're set up fairly decently. Alright, this is a keep. We could just end Innkeeper into Flaxen to draw some lands, so it seems worth it. Oven could be okay. I think I will play the Oven first. Next turn we'll just go Innkeeper into Flaxen, and that way if they play black here they don't have the opportunity to Reave Soul. This way we guarantee the value out of the Innkeeper, and if they do Reave Soul we can just Oven it to get even a little bit more value. And next turn we can pump up our... actually, we can't do that next turn. We can just play a Tempting Witch. And that's something to work towards, certainly. So we have tons of... This is going to be an extremely long game. We're going to have tons of grind in this game. So we're just going to have to wait, see what happens. So we have an interesting decision here. We could go ahead and tree folk one of our creatures here, but I don't think this game is going to end anytime soon, so I think we just continue to get some value, draw a card, keep working our way up to this Cauldron of Eternity, get the value while it's there. Next turn maybe we can Toon Veil something, or we can just start to drain them with a Tempting Witch as well. Well, this card is going to be extremely difficult to deal with. So what we could do here is probably just double block. Yep. So we're going to have to get out our tree folk pretty fast so that we can start doing some things against this Deathless Knight. But we only have 5 mana now, so we could either Broom, but Broom isn't going to be that effective yet. We could put 2 counters on this Witch, that way it can block the Deathless Knight in the meantime. Kind of like that. Because he has the, if he goes land, sacrifice food, play Deathless Knight, he's going to have another attack. So we're going to want to prevent that. Oh, never mind, he actually had it this turn, so never mind me. So Deathless Knight is very good, but fortunately we have some big enough creatures that we can withstand its pounding. So now we just easily play the Toon Veil. And then next turn we have Broom, plus make some more Brooms. Epic Downfall is something we're definitely going to make sure that our Witch's Oven gets some value. Fortunately, this goes to our graveyard, which just gets us closer to our Cauldron, which is pretty nice. And he doesn't have an attack here, which is also pretty nice. So we can't quite play the Cauldron, so this makes pretty easy. We can sacrifice and then make another Broom. And next turn we can Cauldron. They have a Deathless Knight, we have a Deathless Everything. Forever Young to draw a card. Okay. Lucky Clover could be pretty exciting, although in these colors there's not too much we could be afraid of, except for the double drain, maybe Midnight Reaper. So we're gonna be able to play our cards out now, so that's fine. Make a Broom. And we can just slap down the Cauldron now, get it out of our hand while we can. And we're looking in pretty good shape, basically infinite Brooms, infinite casting of target creatures like this Toonvale Treefolk. And he just concedes. So yeah, pretty much all the value in that matchup. So if we're looking for any long games, we're probably going to win, except for the mill. The mill is definitely the one thing that we're most worried about. But we did beat that other mill deck there, but it was kind of a close game. That mill game that we lost, I think, again, you just got to be a little more focused. Alright, we'll go first here. Seems like a good hand. And here's the mill. Let the mill begin. No mill. That's good. I don't think there's any reason to play this intruder currently. It's just a 1/2 and it's going to get blocked very easily. So tiny is our tracker. Sure. Next turn we'll play our Acolyte. And then we may be able to Tempting Witch them out. Tempting Witch them out. There's their Tempting Witch. Friend of Ravens, unfortunately, though, does pretty much nothing against them. So I guess we're just playing another Acolyte. We have 4 mana. Yeah, I guess another Acolyte's fine. And then next turn we have Outmuscle. And getting closer to our Intruder. Reaper of the Night. So in this control matchup, I don't know how good a Revenge of Ravens is going to be. We're going to take a lot of damage from that Reaper though. I think probably Flaxen can just go. It's just not that great for us really. And I think, yeah, I think we just get rid of that. Probably Tempting Witch. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine card for our deck, but just want to make sure we don't die, I think. And we're still kind of far away from playing that. So I think we'll just do these two. And next turn we can just outmuscle this and attack. So that was a pretty nice attack, but maybe keeping the Revenge was wrong. Trying to go wide against them probably may be a good strategy, but I don't know. Good Guardian. So Savvy Hunter is okay. We can offer the trade just a Rosethorn Acolyte. Cauldron's pretty good for them. We're going to be able to kill our hunter. So I think we just attack with both, play our revenge here, since they're going to be able to kill the hunter anyway. Okay. So we could have had the opportunity to play a Flaxen Intruder here, which would have been pretty good. It was a close decision. I think the Tempting Witch was definitely right, but and we make the decision to play the Revenge of Ravens post-combat because, of course, they're a lot more incentivized to block if they know that Revenge is coming. So, and now we're free to attack with this Rosethorn Acolyte, at least. Unexplained Vision is very good, so it doesn't look like these guys are really on the mill plan, which is interesting. So Revenge of Ravens could be good against them if they're trying to win with small flyers, like this Tomb Raider. I'm not sure what their win condition is, maybe a Reaper. But Reaper is going to be hard. Like, they're going to have a hard time beating us with Reaper as well, but I don't know. Definitely they haven't even attacked us once, so probably was a mistake to keep this Revenge. We probably should have just had the 2/2s at this point. This is 5/7, so having an army of like three bears probably would have won us the game by now. So could be a mistake, I don't know. They are going to play the Reaper now to stabilize them. But we could have held on to the Curious Pair just in case we come up with an adventure creature. So that was probably a mistake also. They're probably going to kill that with their Scalding Cauldron, but that's okay. We have plenty of other good cards that we'd rather not die, like an adventure, the adventurer guy. But we're out of cards and he has cards, so not a amazing spot. He could win with like a Vantress Gargoyle. What other things could win? Another Reaper. Not sure. Broken Fruit. Block-swinging Paladin, okay. So maybe they are an attacking deck? I'm not very sure. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. But we just keep drawing lands here, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So yeah, still at a standstill here, waiting for Mr. Quark to make a move. Not very exciting at the moment. How does he have nothing to do? I don't understand. Attacking with both. Okay. I think I'm okay to double block this with a Rosethorn and a Curious Bear. Wait. Okay. If he has a trick like Lash of Thorns, maybe, but like what? I don't know what he would have here. Bounce or something. I mean, these creatures are completely replaceable. I don't care about them, so feel free to do your worst here. Blacklands Paragon, okay. I'm not really too upset about that. Plus Runaway Together. Was that necessary? Okay. Sure. That was interesting. Never quite saw that action before, but sure, man. Go for it. So I guess he's an attacking deck? I have no idea. Now we get this attack with the Rosethorn? No, then he can block with Paragon. Very odd. Reaper? Sure. I guess he really wanted to get rid of that halberd. What the heck? Okay, Spire's good, so I'm just gonna attack here. Interesting line of plays by Quark 8888. But yeah, it's fine. Okay. So Once in Future would be a good draw here. The Broom would be a good draw here. Or just Rider. Okay. So we are going to take some damage here. But we can gain some back. So this Revenge just seemed pretty good. It is going to drain him very low. I mean, I guess he's gaining back with food, so... but now I think we'll just gain some life. He's going to gain life with this Blacklands Paragon, and we still cannot seem to draw a single land, unfortunately. So this Murderous Rider, unfortunately, is always going to trade with our Rosethorn Acolyte due to the Blacklands. So I guess we're just going to pass. It's not looking good now. We have a ton of life though, so maybe we're okay. Reeve Soul? Sure. Sure. Alright, so we're at 14, and he's got 12, so we don't have to sack this food yet. Curious pair, huh? It's not good. I guess I'll play the land. But yeah, between this Murderous Rider gaining life and the Black Lance, we just flooded out very badly. Additionally, we got Reapered, which didn't help. So I think we just block like this. It's probably going to flash in his dude here, but it's better than trying to double block that or something, because this already has lifelink, so we're getting a little bit of... Well, he does on him. It's probably a smarter move, yeah. Probably a better move on his part. Down 6, we're going to gain a little bit more life from these... Oh, from nothing. Are we dead here? Possibly. Okay, Sure. So we're taking 8. 12. I think we just block like this. We're not dead if we do. 15. So we could have chump blocked in order to prevent this, but that's a 6. Order the Midnights, and he's gonna play a Witch just to drain us out. In any case, so yeah, this game is looking pretty much over. Pretty over. Edgeball Innkeeper, yeah, unfortunately that is not gonna do it. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Good game. What the heck is going on here? Looks like the client here is not working, so there you have it. I think I'm just going to restart. Well, that was pretty good. I mean, just got really flooded that game. Wasn't much we could do to win, I don't think. I think we played it pretty well. Opponent had some interesting plays. The only real decision there was if we could have kind of aggroed them out with our our Flaxen Intruder, which may have been the play. Also, the Tempting Witch may have been the play. We kept the Revenge of Ravens, which kept us alive longer, but I don't know if that was right to do. The thing is that our deck plays for the long game often, and if we're able to just draw some spells, then we're pretty likely to win between Brooms and, you know, all our value cards, Wild Speaker. So unfortunately we roped this guy. And we could just concede here. I'm not trying to spam him. All he has to do is attack with his Reapers, and that's GG. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Seems like we had a bad draw as well that game, but you know, gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to show 'em. Let's play. Alright, seems like a good hand. Youthful Knights, sure. Next turn, probably just playing the Rosethorn Acolyte. No plays. Okay. You could have Outflank here, so I don't think I'm going to attack. Doesn't seem right to get in 1 damage. Basically for no reason. Oh, well, there it goes. There goes the Innkeeper. At least we can bake our Innkeeper. His final pie. Okay, so now I think we'll just attack and then play an adversary. Next turn we'll drop a Witch. Okay. Still don't think this guy really is holding anything, so now we have 6 mana, so we could pie that, we could attack. I think we can just attack with both, and then drop the Witch, plus Broom. We could also leave this back, but I don't think we're going to necessarily draw any 6 mana spells that we need to play. So I'll just play the Witch, and I'll play a Broom. Could also save the Broom to try to get value of it right away, but I think it's okay. If they kill the Broom with like a Reef Soul, then they're not killing the adversary, so I'm pretty happy about that. So now we have Pie mana, so we're good to attack with actually all 3. See what we draw if they want to double block. Okay. Easy peasy. first, I think it's good to keep the gingerbread cabin here because we already have 2 for it. We already have 3 lands, so we have quite a bit of lands to play. And we have this on turn B as well. Pancreas! Huh? Pancreas. Oh, that's a good draw. Yarenrick Squire is good. Next turn we'll have a pretty good turn with 2 adventure creatures, draw 2. No, don't mind if I do. So we could easily just attack with the Rose Thorn. We don't have anything particularly good to do with that mana right now. I guess we could have waited. Could have drawn first. Yeah, slight punishment, but the thing is, like, it probably is better to play the Savvy Hunter, but it is nice to get value out of the Innkeeper while the Innkeeper's there. No attacks, interesting. I guess, yeah, no great attacks from him. So, what do we want to do here? We could pump our Rose Thorn Acolyte, but I think we probably just want to pump the Hunter. Could also just pump the Adversary, which maybe works a little better since it can attack past the Oakham Ranger. Okay, so yeah, I think we just want to go ahead and double pump the Adversary. That way he has to double block, which makes it very annoying for him. And then go ahead and attack. Probably get to draw a card here. Could have played the Cabin and then drawn a card off the Savvy Hunter, so probably a mistake there. Should have thought about that one. Toonbill Trifo, okay. Probably should attack with this 5/5. Could double block, but I think I'll just take the 5. Wild Speaker, that's pretty good. So most of our creatures are humans. There's a human. This is the only card that would profit, really, but we can get out our Tree Folk first. Let's draw a card first off this. We could just go Flaxen and then set up for a Wild Speaker turn at some other point. Probably makes sense. And then we can actually even play that. Pie is good. Pie is great. Alright, so next turn we can have Pie plus return. So we can maybe probably just win, actually, outright. Revenge of Ravens, this one. Savvy Hunter, okay. So now we can Pie plus make all our dudes 5/5s. Not all of them, actually. Some of them. Right? This is actually one of the So we could just Pie this, attack with this just the Oakham Adversary, and then again it forces him to make an awkward jump block. So I'm just going to do that. Rose Thorn Acolyte, just plop it down. I think I'll keep up a green, just in case. End turn. I guess it didn't matter, we had that up as well. Uh-oh. That was just turning out to be a good game. There was a good chance that next turn we were going to swarm with our So hopefully we're okay here. Alright, seems that we weren't too badly affected by the spaz out. Spaz out! Spaz out! Okay, Rose Thorn. Sure. So he made 2 very big squires. 1 big squire. I don't mind just talking. This is a human, so it doesn't get boosted by our wild speed activation. So we may just have lethal right now. Let's see. We're not going to attack with any of the 1-powered stuff because they're all humans and they don't get buffed. But the rest of our cards are going to be good, and this is the only one that doesn't get boosted, so I think we just have lethal here. And if we don't, we're going to get a big blowout, so I think I'm just going to go for it. We might not win right now because of Revenge Ravens, but we're going to do a lot of damage. So we could look to draw more cards, but I think we just want to preserve our life total at this point. But I'm going to go for this. Give a bunch of humans. Da-da-da. So he did go to 1, but we wiped his whole board and he's basically dead. And I will just keep up our double activation here because, well, actually we could look at Tempting Witch. Tempting Witch instead. Could just make sense, but I think we're wide enough where I don't know how he would conceivably kill us, though. I mean, how does he kill us? Through, he can't give trample or anything, so. Reaper, it's fine. So now we're just gonna sit behind this Tempting Witch activation. Basically will win us the game. I don't think we could win now because of the Revenge of Ravens, but we can check. If we attack all, well, I guess we're not attacking with the 1 power, we're attacking with these 6 creatures, which means 4 will get through, which is a damage to him. It again puts him to 1, but then we have the Tempting Witch activation, so he's gonna gain 6, and then he is gonna take 8, right? So that does 2 damage. Oh, and he is tapped out actually, so we can just go ahead and do this. Hi. Amazing. So that we have a blocker for this turn, and the next turn we can play the Tree Folk. So we're trying to squeeze as much value as possible out of our hands as we can. And he has no attack now, which is great, unless he has a +2/+2, which he would have done beforehand. So let's just play the Tree Folk now. And then we're going to be able to Wild Speaker, which is pretty nice. At the end of their turn, instant. So we're going to keep it up. Keep it up, 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 pack it in. We could attack here. Doesn't seem worth it. So we could get punished if he has Bacon to a Pie here. But I'm not sure that he would have it. My turn. And now we can just continue to deploy our hand. Could probably win with a Tempting Witch this game. We could outmuscle. I think we're pretty safe to outmuscle here. Because if he had it, then he would have used the murder, or not the murder, the Bacon to a Pie. It could be he also didn't realize, but I think it's pretty unlikely given the fact that he's high rank, so I think it's just fine. And then we'll play our Hunter here. We can play a 4-mana, but Hunter seems good, and then we can play a Wildwood Tracker as well. So it doesn't, I don't know what kind of stuff he would have in his hand at this point. Maybe he's just really flooded. I'm gonna draw a card. Alright, play a land, just attack with everyone. Fine outcome for us. And then we'll just go ahead and play the rest of our cards. And that's game. So there we saw Wild Speaker doing a nice bit of work for us. I think we made a good decision to kill the adventure creature, the what's it called, the innkeeper, when we had the chance. Paid off a little bit since we knew that we were going to be able to just get a ton of value, draw 6. 5-mana draw 6 is pretty busted. So yeah, and this hand looks decent. We have some good options here to get to. We really want to get to the Cauldron. We haven't seen the Cauldron. Actually, I don't think we even activated the Cauldron once this entire series, so this entire run, but seems like a good hand nonetheless. And against this, these are aggro colors, so we just got to make sure we're going to be able to stabilize, and our creatures are pretty defensive. Any knights here though are going to be pretty scary. Turn to Inspiring Veteran is a very strong play, obviously. But we have a lot of... Whoa, Mardu and turn 2 veteran. Huh? Really? Perfect mana with an inspired veteran. Oh, that's scary. Okay. Well, we're going to have an uphill battle from here, but we're definitely just going to get out our Rose-Thorn Acolyte. Next turn, we can boost our Rose-Thorn Acolyte so we can block, or we can boost our Curious Bear, honestly. So if they want to kill it, then they're killing a Curious Bear. Joust. Oh my god. I think we'll just block here, take 8. This could go very badly for us. This could go very, very badly. If they have removal for the Curious Bear, it's going to be very ugly. If he doesn't have removal, then we're going to be in pretty good shape. Let's see what he has here. His red cap can't take it out, but we still got to block, I think. He probably has barge in, but there's no way we're not blocking. Death touch, wow, that's bad. So we're pretty much dead. I mean, we're pretty much dead. We're taking 6 damage here. In best case scenario, 10 damage in the worst. We're virtually at 15. Next turn we have a Toon Veil. So we're gonna see if this works out. I have no idea if it will, but who knows? And Rat Lord to boot, huh? Of course. Okay. So we definitely need to pay the Witch so we can gain some life. I think we can play this. More food is good. So I think what we do now is we're not gonna die this turn, so I think we'll just play out the Oven. And somehow try to survive here. The big issue being this Trimstone Trebuchet. We're going to sack that to the Oven. So this is kind of interesting. Alright, great. Bake into a pie. Fantastic. I think we should just Reaper them now? Definitely didn't want to tap out double black though. That's really unfortunate. And now, I think in response to them tapping the Trebuchet, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I think he probably should attack with the rat here. Because then we'll basically be forced to chump with our Innkeeper. Well, I guess that's not true. So what do we want to chump with? The Tempting Witch? Probably the Witch. So now the big problem is this Piper, which is going to get really scary really soon. We have to find a way to deal with it since they can steal our Reaper and then start attacking us, but I guess we have a blocker for that. So again, we have to chump block. I think we need to chump block with this Rosethorn Acolyte. We have tons of mana, and it's probably our least valuable creature right now. Eventually we will have to chump with the Innkeeper and everything, but we can also start to recur cards for more chump blocking opportunities. Flutterfox, do they have any enchantments? They do not. But what a deck this guy is playing. I mean, Fireborn Knight, Piper of the Swarm. It's a little ridiculous, honestly. It's ridiculous! Alright, Tempting Witch is not bad. They're going to be able to steal one of our things with this Piper. We can recur something with our Cauldron. Are we ever going to get to infinite infinite card land? We're still a little far away from that. But I think we should just continue to play out our stuff. Probably recur one of our things here. And pass the turn. Cauldron plus Witch's Oven is an interesting interaction. Sure. So whatever they target, we can actually just sacrifice, which is kind of nice. So we actually prevent that Piper from actually doing any damage to us, aside from making 1/1s, which technically could kill us, but probably won't. And he's going to learn very quickly that we're not going to deck, and that he is going to... Holy schmoly! This game is going to go forever. I think we're basically going to win this game. Let's block. So we can't really activate the Witch's Oven unless he's tapped out here, which he is. And that's kind of an issue. So he played that well by not, well, actually, what? Maybe he didn't play it that well, I'm not sure. Witch's Oven plus Cauldron, very interesting combo here. Very interesting. So basically our idea here is just to deck him. Which is possible. Which is a possibility. I'm going to see if we're going to be able to get the... Oh, I guess we could have recurred a Rosethorn Acolyte here as well. This Fireborn Knight is going to just infinite chump blocks, huh? Infinite chump blocks! So, how many lands do we have? 6. 12, so we have 5 lands left in the deck. Okay. So looks like we're gonna take some damage here. That's okay though. So I think we're just chump blocking with this Witch. Although the Witch's Oven thing is pretty annoying, because now he can steal something. pretty bad for us. Pretty bad for us, honestly. But as long as we still keep getting creatures, I think we'll be okay. I think we probably should chump block with the Reaper. Once in future, that's nice. So we can just take back both these cards. Seems good. Pay Adamant. And I think what we can do right now is just go ahead and kill the Piper, because it's getting him a lot of value, and it kind of shuts off our Witch's Oven. So I'm not sure if that was the right play from him, because the rats are pretty good for him here, because they can do us some damage now that we don't have that many blockers out, but I don't know. We could also recur our Rosebone Acolyte to chump block here, but we can chump block with an okay adversary, it doesn't really matter. Slowly but surely. Sir Conrad. Another issue that we need to deal with. A big issue, in fact. Gives us the oops. So we could just take 8, but now that Conrad is out, we might have a rough time. Since... Does that deal damage with Conrad? No, actually it doesn't. Interesting. It's an interesting trifecta of occurrences at this point. Okay, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on here till eventually we get something. I guess we could just use this to draw 2, which is probably worth it. It's not a great use of that card, but we're just trying to continue to stay alive here. Outmuscle, did that do anything? Maybe at some point, but not really right now. We're gonna have to outmuscle either the Fireborn or the Sir Conrad. Although Sir Conrad milling our all creatures here is pretty intense, so I think we just block like that. Take 8. Sure. This is gonna be close. Well, I'm pretty happy how he's doing it now. Yeah. We're very, very low. All of a sudden. Curious Pair. Okay. So I think we can recur the Savvy Hunter here. Probably makes the most sense. And just continue chump blocking with our stuff. This is a very interesting game here. Question is if we can deck him, which I'm not sure we're going to be able to, but We actually have a nice play where we can outmuscle the Inspiring Veteran, which means that the Sir Conrad can no longer attack past our Savvy Hunter. It seems worth it. So I'm gonna sack this. Pay 3. Block this. Take 2 from that. Before damage, I'm actually going to sack this. Do it again, I believe. So we're going to take 2 damage from this, another damage from here. There's a lot of damage though, so I hope we can survive. He's getting pretty lucky with the hits on his own. So we probably wanted to activate the oven there, which was probably a mistake actually. We might